So now I am going to explain about symbols, right? So symbols, what are symbols in Animate CC? Symbols. Okay, we have to understand about the symbols. In Animate CC, we have three different symbols are there. Suppose if you want to understand more properly, here some description is there. Okay, in Adobe Animate, formerly it is a Flash Professional. Symbols are reusable objects that can be created once and then used multiple times throughout a document or even in other documents. There are three types of symbols are there. So graphic symbols, button symbols, and movie clip symbols. They are stored in the library panel, right? So these are the symbols, three type of symbols, right? So what are those? One by one we'll understand. So symbols are essentially templates for elements within your animation. When you create a symbol, you are essentially creating a reusable component that can be instanced. Instance means copied multiple times on the stage, right? So instances are what? When you place a symbol on the stage, it is called an instance. Each instance can be modified. That means resized, colored, etc. independently, but changes made to the original symbol will be reflected in all its instances. Okay, so in properties we have a library. So symbols are stored in the library, which is a repository of all your reusable assets within a project. So already I told you there are three types of symbols are there. The first one is graphic symbols. So used for static images or animation sequences tied to the main timeline. They are useful for creating reusable pieces of animation or static elements like backgrounds. The second is button symbols, designed for creating interactive buttons that respond to mouse clicks, rollovers, and other user actions. So movie clip symbols are used for creating complex reusable animations that have their own independent timeline. Movie clips can be contain their own animation sequences which can run independently of the main timeline, right? So let us check so one by one. So what are these things? Symbols. First, graphic symbol. Graphic symbols. The second is button symbols. Button symbols. Third is movie clip symbol. Movie clip symbols. Okay, these are the three type of symbols. Okay, let us check one by one what are these things. First we'll understand graphic symbols. First try to understand what is symbol, right? So symbol, suppose when you create an animation, okay, so first we have to create the symbol. Okay, so symbols are reusable instances. So that means the same object or your drawing many times you can use, right? Those symbols can be stored in the library. Okay, the right side we have properties are there. In the library panel, those symbols can stored. From library you can drag and drop on the stage and you can reuse them. Okay, first let us say this is my drawing. Suppose this is my drawing. Okay, if you want to animate this, the first initial step, you have to select this one and right click and convert to symbol. Here it is showing movie clip button and graphic symbol, right? So let us start with the bottom, so graphic symbol, okay. And if you want, you can give the name a red box, and this is the registration point. So registration point, suppose it can be any side, you can change this. So this is very useful when you animate objects, right? So for timing, keep this anywhere, okay, and here save, okay. Now see, because that registration point are fixed at the center, so it is automatically showing at center, okay. This is my red box. So this is converted already into symbol. How to know that? Suppose, so click this one and see there is a library, in that the symbol is stored, okay. Suppose even if you delete this one and still your symbol is there, you can drag and drop here, otherwise here also you can drag and drop. So you are getting multiple instances, is not copies actually, right? So copies are what generally when you draw anything object. If you want to take the multiple objects from the same object, what we do, Control C and Control V, okay, and again Control V. So multiple objects. With this, what will happen? Automatically your file size will get increased, because the one object we are taking multiple times the same object, so automatically that will increase the file size. Here the case is different. Here we are not copying, that is converted into symbol, and that symbol has an instance, okay. So these are all instances, okay, look like copies but instance, okay. So with that, what we do, the symbols can record individual frames or images, okay. Here suppose if you want to edit one symbol, okay, so double click here on any box, we are getting into the editing mode, symbol editing mode. There you can change the object shape or edit, so automatically others getting changed, right? So here it is, right now it is isolation mode. Double click on the stage, or otherwise here there is an arrow mark showing, click on that. Now coming back to symbol area, see, when you change one symbol, it is automatically converting that into the same shape, okay. And again double click here, now you are into symbol editing mode, and you can change this now, okay. And if you change this color, it is automatically applying to others, okay. And double click on that, we are getting back, but I want to change one object color only, not all. So select any one, and here right side we have properties. In the properties, there are color effects are there, okay. There the brightness is there, you can decrease or increase brightness, or tint is there, and you apply the tint, so it is, see, it is changing to the red value, changing to minus, automatically that is changing to that blue, okay. And now change the green, is going to be that pinkish type, and here change the blue, and here changing as per your movements. Now see, here it is. So that means what, even the symbol is in the instance, you can change the color, okay. So suppose if you want to animate this one, suppose here one object is there, here somewhere I am giving insert keyframe, Okay, here I want to move this to outside. Okay, between these two frames I am using create classic twin. Okay, so these are moving from one direction to other direction. Okay, so if I click one by one frames, see it is moving. So that means what? Each frame is recorded. Okay, suppose if you change this one, suppose up to here, suppose here I am adding insert blank keyframe here. It's a blank keyframe. Now see here, your animation is gone. So and here can right click here, and here I am inserting a frame here. Okay, so that means what is going back, or otherwise up to here. If you remove frames, see up to here only your frames, your animation also disconnected. So here we are using animation, twin animation. Okay, so but for the animation it is recording each frame, one frame, right? So graphic symbols can record your action as a one frame. Okay, so if you want, you can drag more instances and you can use them. Okay, take one more layer here, and if you want, you can use other symbols also, and if you want, you can animate this. Create classic twin. See, it is moving from left to or right side. So here also see there one by one. So one frame it is showing. When I clicking this one frame, it is each frame it is showing. That means recorded one frame only. So graphic symbol can record your action as a one individual frames, and symbols can record your action, okay, on the timeline as a single frame. And symbols mostly where we use in animation and for the reusable assets. Those assets can stored in the library, and you can drag them onto stage and you can reuse many times. And even you can change your symbol color. Here we have some options are there. You can increase and decrease. Okay, and even get into the symbol editing mode. Even you can change the one symbol shape automatically, that will affect to the other symbols. That means the entire animation. Okay, so these are graphic symbols from the Adobe Animate CC.